Hey guys, it's Jordan again. We are going to do a great training today on how compliance can be really simple. So it's going to be a pretty short video because there are just a couple of things that you need to know about sharing compliantly, and then a few messages straight from Mary Young, the CEO of the company, to kind of help you understand how I share and why I have chosen to share that way. First of all, sharing compliantly is something that you can really just kind of look through the file that we have shared above. You can find that also in your virtual office. Look through that file and understand that the intention of sharing compliantly is to not diagnose and prescribe, to not replace a doctor, to not make medical claims about the products that are not yet approved by the FDA for that specific claim. Now, whether or not it's true is kind of irrelevant when it comes to the FDA, because they just have their governing rules and they're going to say, you know, you can't say this because it hasn't gone through our testing. Well, the only people who can afford the FDA approved claims tests are pharmaceutical companies. And I promise you that is not coincidental. But when it comes to sharing, you want to have a few things in mind. First of all, whenever you are on social media, sharing in especially your public pages, your public profiles on Instagram, photos that you share that are going to be shared from your timeline or other things like that, you want to make sure that when you're online, you always share as compliantly as possible. Really try to focus on compliance and do a good job at it. And then whenever you are in large forums like convention, or if you're leading a big event or speaking at a large event and you don't really know your audience, it's going to be really important that you share compliantly. However, Mary Young told us 2 years ago at convention in 2015 that it was our obligation to share from our heart when we were in our living rooms. So when we sit one-on-one with people, when we private message them, as long as we know them, whenever we email out to our friends or family, whenever we do private communication, we have to share our heart, we have to share our stories, and we have to share the truth. We cannot let the truth die. And that's what she said. She said, you know what, this regulation, they can't control what you say whenever you're in closed quarters, because you have a right to tell your parents what you know that can help them. You have a right to tell your best friends what you have experienced yourself. So just keep compliance simple. Follow the guidelines for public sharing, public posting that we posted above. And anytime you are in a private setting, share from your heart. Let people know what compliance is. Let them know that any health and wellness company, any pharmaceutical or non-pharmaceutical based company that has, any kind of supplements or chiropractor's office, massage therapist, all of us are governed by the same thing, and that is that we cannot make claims about any of our products or services that are not FDA approved claims. That is also why our sunscreen and bug repellent and pain cream and those kinds of things can make those claims, because those claims are FDA approved according to the ingredients that have already gone through FDA testing. So anyway, keep compliance simple, don't stress about it, but your assignment for tonight is to go through that file and just understand some of the hot words that you're not going to want to use on social media. And when you are sharing on social media, you want to say things like, this helped my body support this system, this helped me in this like minor thing that whatever, something that's really simple, like, this occasional ache and achiness that I get in my knee, I was able to use this great oil and it has completely helped support my body's ability to take care of itself. So you're kind of, your goal is to kind of make the statements a little more vague, where people kind of have to assume or guess, instead of saying, I used peppermint on my knee and all my pain was gone. You're talking about supporting, you're talking about supporting your body's own ability, you're talking about like healthy weight management, so you're just managing a previously healthy weight instead of saying, I lost all this weight. So hey Doug, that's my husband. Anyway, so that's compliance. Keep it really simple. Don't overthink this. Don't stress out. If you do post something that's not compliant, your friends or upline or downline might reach out to you and say, hey, this wasn't super compliant, you're posting on your wall, you might want to change it. If Young Living, you know, they sometimes do scans and checks of people's, you know, public profiles. If they reach out to you, they're not reaching out to slap your hand. They're just reaching out to say, hey, we just want to educate you and make sure you know how to share compliantly. So just don't stress and share from your heart. But in all that you do, remember, social media is the real danger. Social media posts can be shared millions of times, viewed millions of times, and that's really what the FDA cares the most about, is those types of things that go viral. So when you're on social media, when you're on large public forums, just do your best to protect Young Living, protect the integrity of Young Living, but don't overstress this, and certainly don't let it keep you from sharing your message of wellness, purpose, and abundance with a world that really, really needs it. All right, have a great day, guys, and we will see you tomorrow.